with you all here on, of course, Friedman Adventures. We are just back from a great trip on board the Amigo, and I got to tell you, it was as good as it gets. I'm trying to adjust the show here for you all. All right, how's that work? Yeah, I think that'll work. It's good to be with you all. What a tremendous trip we had on board the Amigo. I can see your questions. I'm even going to ask some of the people who are on the trip to come on in and be part of the show. So we are really happy to be here with you all, as it has been a phenomenal couple of days fishing. No question about it. You guys want to get on the road. I know that. So let's bring in Max and Ernie. Come on in, you guys. I'm going to should I turn it over to you? There's the mic you're talking into, so you want to project into that.
Yeah, we're catching our breath.
Max.
We had to lift the fish off. So
oh my God, we have so much fish, you guys. It is ridiculous. I mean, it is absolutely crazy how much fish we've got. I'm doing a show right now. So Max, go ahead. Tell people about the day. Step right in there where they can see you. And
okay.
You don't have to get that close. You can see yourself.
I could just say this. I've never seen that many Dorado in one place at one time. It was Happy Jack's Fish Farm. It was just phenomenal. I can't say anything more about it. It's just incredible. Ernie?
Yeah, well, day one started slow. We found a lot of kelp. No one was home. And finally, we found one kelp that produced, and we limited out in a couple hours. Great trip, great crew, great boat, great captain, great
everything.
everyone.
Great day.
Phil put together an excellent group of fishermen.
You guys hear us okay? I hope you can. So we got a question right now. Simon Sammy says, any tips? And you had a tip that was really good. Yeah, I think you can move a little closer there, and then you want to be on that mic if you can. Perfect.
All right.
Go, Ernie.
Today, everyone was catching bluefin. I thought I had 20-pound line to fluorocarbon, and with a small hook, a size 1 hook, I dropped to a smaller hook. Everyone got bit. I wasn't bit. To my surprise, I didn't put fluoro on, and it was near the end of the day. I put fluoro on. I got 2 hookups right away. So the bluefin are finicky. Wherever you find them, bring 20-pound test line, bring fluoro and small hooks. I dropped down to hooks smaller than 1 aught. So overall, we had so much fun. And then I'll let Max and Phil talk to you about the tuna day, because for me, the day was yesterday, the Dorado day. I've never seen so much fish in my life of any species, and even in the albacore days. Today was an absolute fantastic trip.
Not hyperbole, everybody. Not hyperbole. Honest to God, you'll see thousands of Dorado swimming around, right, guys?
Yeah.
And Ernie makes the point about that light line and the fluorocarbon and choosing a good hot bait and all of those things. However, there came a point where we were throwing 60-pound at them and they were chewing it. So you need to gauge the intensity of the bite. You have to be very observant, right, guys?
Right.
And then, if it's biting full speed, go to the heavy right away.
So the Dorado day, we did start light, 15, 20 pound for me. Yeah. Then when we got into the hot bite, we were using 60 pound, and I used 40 pound. I got bit as easily as I would have using a lighter test. I'll let Max talk to you.
And they're saying get a little closer to the mic, or just speak a little louder if you guys can. That'd be great. So your turn, Max.
There were still a lot of fish lost, but I mean, everybody filled up. I mean, it was incredible. But the lighter line seemed to work a lot for me. When I went to the heavier line, I was having some trouble. So once I went back to lighter line, 20-pound fluorocarbon, everything was good.
And the crew on the Amigo, guys, what do you have to say? Anything?
They're great.
They're wonderful.
They're all there to help.
Humorous, helpful, and a lot of fun to fish with.
Again, and golf. Maybe they're fun to golf with too. Who knows?
I don't know if I'll ever see it Dorado like that again. I mean,
this guy here, we need to have you talk to him.
He's coming in. Boys, thank you so much.
Right.
Appreciate it. Ernie, you're number 1.
right.
Max, thank you.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2. Thanks, guys.
All right.
David, come on in here. David Rosenthal was on the trip, and the guy not only had a limit of Dorado, he had a big bluefin last night, one of the only 2 that were caught at night, and then you were on fire today. You got a big booming voice, so use it, because guys are saying, go ahead, tell
I feel
everybody
like I'm
about
going to lose my voice.
Tell everybody about the trip.
Oh,
By the way,
incredible trip.
It was so good to meet you and have you on.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
It's been a long time coming. Amazing trip. Dorado fishing, outstanding. I've never seen bites like this locally ever in my life. The tuna fishing, could have been a little better, but we had a lot of fun. Phil, great trip. Everyone on the trip was fantastic.
We had a
You
great
know,
group of people,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
It was an awesome group of people, and we just had a lot of fun.
And
Yeah.
I think, David, one thing we should tell everybody out there, as we were coming home today, we literally saw foamer after
Yeah.
foamer after foamer of tuna. And then halfway between Catalina and Pedro, what did we say?
Dorado jumping.
Just like
Just like a
tons
whole-
of them.
A whole huge school of them just out of the water, just in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, that was great.
You got to drive to Valencia now, right?
Yep.
All right, my man. Anything
Awesome.
else you want to say?
Thanks again to Friedman Adventures for a great trip. Thanks to Opsin Fluorocarbon for the fluorocarbon. That stuff works great. If you haven't tried it, get it. And add FA at checkout. And,
Or
you know,
what do you add? You have something.
Or SCLR at checkout. either one.
SCLR or FA, you take
Yeah.
a choice. This
And,
guy's a great guy.
Get that fluorocarbon. So it works. You know, fish circle hooks for the tuna.
That sounds
really
like a
good.
winner to me.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All right.
that's about it for me.
Thank you, David.
I'm tired.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
it. I know. Don't worry about it, man.
Thanks, Phil.
Jason. Chef Jason is here.
Pleasure.
And he's
Yeah.
always a barrel of fun. So, Chef Jason, use that booming voice because we have this new mic. David,
See
take
you there,
care.
Dave.
Go ahead. Just tell everybody, if you want to run the trip down, just tell everybody how it went.
Oh man, so what did we do? We started working our way south. We got down there in the morning, right when we got there, waiting for the sun to come up. We looked around for a couple hours.
Yeah, it was kind of like, uh-oh, right?
Yeah, didn't see much. The sun started to come out, and then what we did, we had drinks, and we gave a shot to the fish. And
Well, don't get me in on the drinks. You had a drink.
Well, you guys will see the pictures tomorrow, I'm sure. But we had a few drinks, and it kicked off. Started off a few, and then it was wide open.
Yeah, it was crazy. In fact, we got a handoff and a lot of help from our friend Jeff Marklin on the Thunderbird. We were on a good kelp, but Jeff said he was on a better one, and he wasn't kidding around. Oh my God. We rolled up on that kelp and literally saw, before you got to the kelp, 100 yards before you got to the kelp, free swimming Dorado off our bow everywhere. Incredible. And the greater Dorado, I must tell you, is pretty impressive. If I had to say an average, I'd say 8 pounds.
8, 10, right there,
that?
with a few that got up to 15. A couple bulls, mostly females. Great grade of fish. Very few small ones. All had to be gaffed, no bouncers. We started off with light line. They started to chew. We were bumping up. Guys were catching them on 60-pound. We were throwing everything at them. So it was quite a melee. It was a bloody mess.
It was crazy, man. I mean, we literally had so many fish. This is how crazy it got. They even asked me to gaff some fish. And any passenger who will allow me near their fish with a gaff, I must take my hat off to them. David Rosenthal was one swipe, and I got the thing. So it was really so much fun, and they were biting full speed. There were times when the light line was appropriate,
Yep,
and there was times when it was time to go to the 60-pound.
definitely, yeah.
Nobody tried the 100. What's wrong with you guys?
Oh, man, I was about to, but I had my jig on it. What was biting? Wasn't it the coffee cake?
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Yeah, Jason, thank you. So, somebody went to the galley and got the coffee cake that was being served as a snack and threw a chunk over. I think it was Mark Sonata, right?
yeah.
And the freaking Dorado boiled on it and ate it. So it was that crazy. Anthony, who is a deckhand on board, free gaffed a Dorado. So he literally saw a Dorado swimming by. There were so many, gaffed it, put it on the deck. I mean, that's how crazy it got out there, right?
Oh, man, breezers everywhere. They were following the boat. Oh, it was wonderful. It was insane.
And I've already met a ton of really nice people. Many of them going out on the Freedom tonight. I'm excited for them because of what we saw on the way back in.
Oh, man, we saw them jumping everywhere. I called it. When we come around the corner, we're going to start seeing them. And what happened? They
Yeah.
were jumping.
Exactly.
Not to mention, on the backside, all the foamers.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
geez, there were foamers of bluefin everywhere back there.
So our first day, we had 170 on the Dorado. We were pretty well. We already filled one side of the fish hold. They had to start filleting to make room because if we were to get a hit that night on the big bluefin tuna, we would have been in a lot of trouble. I don't want to say thankfully we didn't get a hit
Yeah.
on the big bluefin, but we did get two nice fish, like 70-pounders, like that.
Yep.
David Rosenthal had one, and of course, you know that Joseph Martinez, the guy that had the 315 pounder up there on the Endeavor, he came out on this trip. He's a super cool guy and a really hard ass fisherman.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
And then-
that nighttime fishing looks brutal.
Oh yeah, I got the thumb to prove it. I got the thumb to prove it.
Grind, 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 grind. Of course, I'm videotaping everything, and I'll have that video ready for you. I think by Monday, we'll be able to present you with some incredible Dorado fishing, some great nighttime tuna fishing. After that night, we quit, what, at 1:30 in the morning?
2.
2 in the
We went
morning?
till 2.
2 in the morning, then we motored out to Tanner Bank. We were on the anchor shortly before daybreak. And before too long, we're catching a few big bonita, but bluefin tuna in about, what, the 8 to 25 pound class?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that?
A few small ones. I got a small one, and
Yeah.
then there was about a couple 20-pounders that were nice. We actually bumped up our tackle a little bit because they were biting that. So
And then Greg gets this giant link. Well, not a
Oh,
giant link, about a
pretty big.
15-pound lingcod. Beautiful fish. And then we had 5. I mean, we haven't talked about this. 5 beautiful yellowtail.
oh, we had 2 really big yellowtails. They were like 30 pounds for sure. 2 of them big, long guys. So
And we had a kid on the boat. His name's Josue. He's not here. I hope he gets a chance to listen because, man, that kid kicked some butt. He's 19 years old. He comes on a boat with all of us old grizzly, whatever we are, you know. And he was as nice and polite and a really good fisherman. He put the wood to him. So, Josue, if you're watching this, we can't wait to have you out on another trip. It was a phenomenal trip. One of the best Dorado fishing I've ever seen locally.
Oh, yeah,
I've seen
definitely.
that kind of stuff down on the ridge, Uncle Sam Bank, and that kind of 8-day trip. Not here, not local. It was good.
no. What do we got? A question about Dorado?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dorado's definitely a mild tasting fish. You definitely want to get it filleted up quickly, treat it well. It's a very fast growing fish, so the metabolism makes the meat break down a little bit quicker. But yeah, it's mild tasting, great for if you look up recipes, you know, the usual garlic, salt, pepper, that kind of thing in butter. I like to panko crust it or even macadamia nut crust it. So,
Yummy.
awesome stuff. So.
Also, ceviche is good with that.
Oh, I did ceviche with the last ones from our last few trips.
Yeah,
that
we
been
had
talking
that. It
about.
was so good.
Yep.
Yep. I don't know about you. I'm tired.
I'm pooped.
Are we going to say goodnight to everybody?
Yeah, definitely.
Unless there's another
Any more
question.
questions?
Chef is Dorado. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
you
what
got
we just
that.
answered. So.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you for the morning briefing in just a few more hours. I'll have a video of this trip up very, very soon. I want to thank everybody who was on the trip. I'm looking at David Rosenthal. Bob Gifford had cataract surgery, couldn't make the trip. Hopefully he'll make the next one because he missed a good one, didn't he, David?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll see. Let's see.
Everything was a fly line except for the night
Well,
fish.
let's read the question. Did you catch any bluefin tuna during the day? Fly line. Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, that was all today.
Yeah. So, Dan, we were out on Tanner Bank, and at daybreak, we started catching fish right away. And it was the hot bait, the lighter line, the smaller hook, all the things that you would think. would
Oh, and
make a
catching them on
difference.
the anchor too.
And fluorocarbon made a
I
big
lost
difference.
one on the anchor.
We like Opsin fluorocarbon. www.opsinusa.com. Put in FA at checkout or
SCLR.
SCLR, and you'll get a free gift and a handwritten note from Greg Brown. Yeah, no, the fluoro did work, and our previous guest on here just suggested to you all that he was not using fluorocarbon, and when he switched to it, he started getting way more bites. It really made a big difference. Anything else out there? Welcome back, Phil. It's good to be back with you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning into the morning briefings. While I was gone, we saw a lot of people on there. Can't thank you enough for everything. You can go in the show description in the morning briefings and see our final 3 trips of the year. We hope you can join us. Anything else? You want to go to bed, don't
Oh
you?
yeah, I'm tired. I got to get home and maybe do the jacuzzi and go to bed.
Oh, all right. Do the jacuzzi. That just conjuring up that image of you in the jacuzzi will keep me on my diet for another day. No problem. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Unless anybody else, is there anybody else out there that? All right, we're out of here. Take care. We just want to check in from an extraordinary adventure on board the Amigo. Take care, my friends.